Welcome to another awesome episode. Welcome to Big Talk with DSA. It's good to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. Please have your seat. Put your hands together. Thank you. We're going to have a great time today. I have 4 guests in the studio. Well, 2 in the studio. And then we have 2 joining us virtually. And of course, I have Honorable Seyi Adisa, a member of Oyo State House of Assembly. Come on, let's give it up for him. Welcome. And we have a TV host, producer, media personality, content creator. We can go on and on. Our own Moraya Afolabi Brown. Yes. And joining us virtually, we have Mr. Ibrahim Abdulkarim, who is the convener of We Together Movement. Put your hands together for him. You're welcome. And we also have, of course, actor, skit maker, comedian, and of course, we know him as Debo, but everybody call him Mr. Macaroni. Freaky daddy. Okay? Welcome. So today we want to talk about the topic, not too young to run. I'm going to start with Honorable Seyi. The Not Too Young to Run bill has been passed. So it's been done. What next?
All right, thank you very much. I believe very strongly that, yes, the bill has been passed, but there's a lot of education that needs to go along with it. Okay. Politicians raised this bill. Politicians passed this bill. But how does it communicate with members, citizens of Nigeria? Yes. And I think that's the job at hand now. There needs to be a lot of political education, sensitization, so that young people can understand that, look, the age limits have been dropped. Yeah. You can now run for House of Assembly, House of Rep at 25. You can become president at 35. And these were not the ages before now. Yeah. So the idea is young people need to know the platform exists now. Mm-hmm. How do I become more politically savvy so that I can play a part here?
Now, if I can become president at 35, why are we having not even 60, 70-something year old?
Well, the truth is, yes, now the bill has been passed. But I don't totally agree that we need to wait for the politicians or the leaders to educate us or sensitize us.
Yes.
We've desperately waited for this bill. Now it has been passed. The onus is now on young people to take charge of this bill and begin to take things seriously. For example, we should have, if young people are serious, we should have the mother of all concerts where you bring in all the musicians, they come in, and outside the hall, you have INEC officials putting PVC applications for PVC.
I like that idea.
You know, if you are serious, but we like to sit back. With the same leaders who passed the bill, we want them to now come and feed us again and say, hey, yeah, come, now start begging. No, don't cajole us. We've waited long enough for this bill. We should stand up and begin to take charge and start getting ourselves to get PVCs.
I love that.
Hello there. My name is Dele Mamodu. I'm the founder of Ovation International Magazine, a magazine that gives publicity to rich and famous Africans. One of the best ways we have built a business empire is by strategic partnerships with the best companies in the world. But I've discovered that one of the best ways of building transformational wealth is through real estate. Now, I'm not just talking about you buying land and building houses on it. I'm talking about you actually having your own mini estate. Now, GTX Homes offers best opportunity to own my own mini estate without any stress whatsoever. I can now travel all over the world and know that I am well protected by GTX Homes.
Mr. Ibrahim, you started this We Together movement. What's the goal and how has young people begin to accept that movement?
Tend to do with the bill is that after seeing all what they are trying to do, we realize that we just have to do it ourselves. That's why even when we give the slogan for our movement, we call it We Together, in order to bring young men together. It's not just about just bringing them together. We have to give them like a platform where they can come and showcase. So we create this movement to be non-partisan, and also everybody can come on board. But you just have to get that age that you are willing to learn, and you are willing to add value to the system. Initially, what we created is that we created a platform where we do 9x5x5 formula. We are trying to reach the ward level so that we can create a structure that every ward we have a We Together movement members of 270 people. So with 270 people, we mobilize like 2.3 million people, so that we can be doing crowdfunding to mobilize like, let's say, 1,000 naira, which will give us like 2.3 billion naira. So what we intend to do is that to create a structure and to create the fund. Because anybody that wants to contest, if he's not having funding and he's not having structure, he end up going through these major parties, which the major parties will not respect their constitution, they will not respect what they want to do, and they end up denying the best that we have for them getting the ticket that they want them to get in that particular party. Not where we have
Mr.
seen
Ibrahim, let me go to
recycling leaders.
Yeah, let me go to Macaronia. I saw your recent skit encouraging young people to go get their PVC. What Morayo has said, why can't your other colleagues come together and create the massive movement similar to NSAS to get young people to get their PVCs, to encourage young people to vote in the coming election? What do you think about that? I know you're already doing something, but how do we make this bigger?
Well, so firstly, I always say that we cannot hold people by our own individual standards. I strongly believe that everyone has their own path, and everyone has certain ways they will go about certain things. So that some of us are speaking up, or that some of us are encouraging people to get their PVCs and all. I would not hold people to that responsibility. I will not hold other content creators to that responsibility. I will not hold other entertainers to that responsibility. Some people have just decided to use art as a form of entertainment, and that's all. They are in the public light by virtue of the work that they do, by virtue of the fact that maybe they are musicians or they are actors. They do not want to be attached to other responsibilities such as politics and all of that. We cannot hold people to that responsibility. For me, it's always been who I am. This has always been me, you understand? So, and that's the reason why my voice, my craft, my art, everything, every fiber of my being is dedicated to speaking up for myself.
But have you tried to galvanize your colleagues, even if it means you need to freaky their accounts like you normally do in your skits, right? Have you tried to galvanize them?
What I'm saying is I cannot, because I cannot hold them responsible to that duty. It's not their duty. It's not the duty of entertainers. Some entertainers have just decided that they want to be entertainers, and they are leaving it at that. They are not interested in politics. And in all honesty, if we are being fair, it is not their duty. We cannot start saying all the doctors or all the billionaires or everyone or the plumber, everybody should take up
Let me take a swipe at that.
And say, oh, do this, do that.
Let me take a swipe.
Mariah wants to say something about that.
I want to take a swipe at that, Mr. Macaroni. I would like to take a swipe at that because we have to wake up and smell the coffee. We have to wake up and smell the coffee. Look around us. The country is in shambles. Somebody has to take responsibility. And one of the cardinal things we need in this country is wisdom. It's one of the greatest acts of wisdom I saw in this country is when Jonathan refused to contest when he saw to challenge the results. And that's where the older folks come in and we see the wisdom. Young people today are not applying wisdom with all due respect. We joke about everything, we laugh about everything because we are just having fun. Yes, Nigeria is bad, let's laugh about it. Even Mr. Macaroni, with all due respect, recently was laughing at the governor of the yes, he goofed by not letting the children bring down the buckets down. But you know they skit about it. On what basis? Not because you're trying to be mean, but the truth is that we need to go beyond laughing at each other. There is a serious matter at hand. Young people, we are not democratically, politically mature for these jokes that we're laughing around. We must be serious. Everybody get your PVC and let's get angry. Somebody said yesterday, until you get angry enough, you will not make a change. So it's not time to celebrate and be laughing and just be having fun. Demand that everybody gets a PVC.
I mean, you are.
I like to respond to that. It's funny. The joke would be on anyone that thinks that content was a joke. So the joke will now be on you if you think that content that I created was a joke. That was the content to sensitize people to get their PVCs. It was the content to let people know that this election period, the same politicians that have been chopping your money, the same politicians that do not care for your well-being, that do not care for your state, for your life, your education, things that you have been doing all these years, they don't see you. When election don't come, now that time they go come. So the joke will be on anyone who believes that content was just for comedy. No, I have been creating content before now. Yeah, I have been creating content before now to educate people on the goings or on the happenings in our society. Drama for me is to inform, to educate, to entertain. Check out my content. They talk about societal issues, core societal issues. So my content are not for joke. Not
Macaroni is okay. Macaroni Tibinu. We will be right after this break.
Oh wow, are you serious?
Yeah, very serious. We visited London, France, Geneva, and finally we went to Eiffel Tower in Paris, the tallest building in the world.
Really? Tallest building in the world? Jasper, what is the tallest building in the world?
The tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa, completed in 2009.
Thanks, Jasper.
Is that serious?
Oh, Jasper is the virtual assistant in my house.
Your house?
Yes, Gardenia.
Big Talk with DSA, building a new Nigeria.
Welcome back to Big Talk with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. And this time around, we'll take your questions. So let's start with the first person.
Good day, everyone. My name is Joshua, and this question is for the Honorable. Right, so this Not Young to Wrong bill has been passed, right? But when the people at the end of affairs are not ready to step down, for example, it's just like telling your child to go and play, and you are locking the door. Each of these top political parties have godfathers, and each of them have their candidates, right? Primary ticket elections, if you look at the prices, you are looking like, how?
Okay. The second person, pass the mic to the second person this way.
Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Flourish Essay. Sir, my question goes to you. Since we've been discussing about PVC today, and I was sitting down here talking to myself, like, we in Nigeria now, as the youth, many of us are really discouraged about voting because of a lot of things that has happened in Nigeria. So right now, how do we know who to even vote for? How do we know which party is even to put our voting card on? Is it the APC? Is it the PDP? And even the person that is coming on as a president now, who do we really vote for? How do we know if they are going to do us right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Glory Johnson, also known as Glory Smiles. So I have two questions. My first question is, when you say not too young to run, how do we get there? Because we know that to get into office positions like government house and all those things, you need to pay a certain amount of money. Then you say the youth are not too young to run. And these same youths are the same unemployed youths that have gone to school and they come out of university. Most of them have spent 4 or 5 years in university. They come out of university and there is no job. Yeah. Now you say not too young to run. We know money must be involved to run. How do they get the resources to run? Thank you.
Very good question.
So my second question is, now getting the PVC and going out to vote, how secured are we? We watch the news every day. We see that when people go to vote, even in just the ordinary local government chairman, we see how they're running helter-skelter, how thugs are attacking. So we get our PVC and you say, okay, next presidential election, go out and vote. How secured are we? What's our security?
Good question.
Thank you.
The major secret I have learned that has made me successful in business is that it's not how much money you make, but how much it works for you and the generations you keep it for. The only way to achieve this is by investment. Real estate is the only type of investment that has stood the test of time, and we guarantee you massive wealth from generation to generation. What are you waiting for? Invest in real estate today. Invest with GVest today.
Big Talk with GSA, building a new Nigeria.
Okay. Honorable Adisa has most of the questions.
All the questions.
Battle all, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So my brother there asked, it's like telling your kid to go outside and you lock the door. You should look for the window. The fact of the matter is that nobody, anywhere serves power for free. We're talking about power, all right? And I need us to understand this. We come from a mindset whereby we've had military rulers, we've had dictatorships. We've had people we call rulers, not leaders. And so, therefore, we have a mindset that is for them. I don't want to be like them. Newsflash, we have to get in to change it. It's not going to happen any other way. And the fact of the matter is that the system will intentionally be difficult. Because if it's so easy, everybody will come in. But you have to be determined and say, look, I'm going to get involved. I'm going to play my part. So the issue of money is, even in America, when they run elections, there's always a money concern. Mm-hmm. But NSAS showed us we young people can raise money. Mm-hmm. NSAS showed us that we could come together and organize ourselves. Some of the things I realized some of my older colleagues have when they're running for offices because they worked for 50 years. Mm-hmm. They know the industry players, and people fund their elections. Yeah. So if we don't have that work experience that would make us know so many people, how else can we come together? How else can we organize ourselves? Money is always going to be a determinant. And if somebody tells me he cannot pay for form, he's probably telling me he cannot run an election. If you cannot pay for form, you cannot run an election. And that's honest truth. And it's not just Nigeria. It's everywhere in the world. All right? So it's expensive, yes, but we need to be prepared. And we need to, it's like anything. You want to go for it, you have to, prepare for it. The second question talks about how do you even know which candidate? It's like saying, how do I know which shares to invest in? You understand? You research. Political participation is in different levels. There's the level of just get your PVC and vote. There's the level of, like what Mariah said, I'll be an advocate. I will be encouraging people. There are those of us that ran for offices. There are some offices that are appointed. They appoint you. Do you understand? Because of your effectiveness at the party level. Do you understand? And that's why you must be involved. I know from past experience that there are times where a governor, at least I know of 3 or 4 positions, we filled with people we never knew. We needed a speech writer, we needed somebody good on social media, and we just looked for which party members were very supportive, which young people were very good. And they picked them and they became SA, special advisor, special assistant. They didn't know anybody. And that's where you have to play in the game. You have to be in the ring. The third question, because a lot of them, yes, is delay in getting PVCs. INEC, I'm not speaking for INEC, but INEC, you can register online for your PVC. That's level 1. And then you only go to the INEC office to thumb print. Simple. Yeah. Right here, you can all bring out your phones and register for your PVC here and go to your INEC office in your local government and do your thumb print.
Website?
That's it.
Well,
I'm not INEC, but the point is this. The point I want to make is this. We only have 6 million new registrations, and INEC started this last year. Only 6 million. INEC is targeting 20 million. Only 6 million. In my local government, we have given computers out and they go around different wards. They go into the villages. They thumbprint on one day and later on we take them to INEC office for them to get registered.
Sorry, can I come in here for a second? Because you see, it's always easy to be outside the ring. I know 2 people that have gone online. They just showed up for their thumbprinting and that thing came to them. So it's easy to say, oh, it's long lines. There's no more long lines. Go online. Just Google INEC. You get your PVC. Now, let's say you get your PVC tomorrow. Now, what he is saying, which is really crucial, is that all of us must now begin to get our part, go to a ward meeting. Let them see your face. Have a card, either for PDP, APC, whatever party. When they're now voting for their primaries, you participate. You don't let only the existing architecture vote. You are part of the architecture now.
So that's important too.
GTX Home is a brand with vision of having the largest green and smart estate with innovation and technology. The vision has given birth to Jasper Gardenia along the coastline of Ibejuleki, Lagos. The first green and smart affordable estate. Now, Jasper Estate is just 10 minutes away from Dangote Refinery and is just opposite the Lekki Golf Course. And guess what? The title is Gizet. Now, you can get a property here because here, my friend, is the future.
GTX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
Let me take last comment from Mr. Ibrahim. What's your final comment? You're already on the road.
Thank you very much. I think my own part is that I had all the questions. Can you hear me? Yeah. So what I'm saying is that we can't keep complaining. We can't keep lamenting just because we think we cannot do it. We have to believe in ourselves. As young people, we are just lying to ourselves. Even the young people are telling ourselves, we are not that young. Some of these elites that you have seen, they achieve what they achieve in our ages. So it's not about, we are even young now. We are even old enough to do whatever we want to do. But we are so scared. And then we always ask questions, how are we going to do this? We crowdfund. That's why we have internet. We are not using the maximum use of the internet that we have. We don't have to have guns. We don't have to go to meetings. For example, look at me. I'm from here in Kaduna. I'm even going for another meeting. I'm in my car, and I'm still enjoying the leverage and what the internet gave us. We are not utilizing it now. She is just telling them how to register. Somebody is asking of where to get even the Google for them to even get the email address, where the website for them to register. This is some of the problems. We're supposed to up our games. We are young men. We can do skits. We can do a lot of things that we can do.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll take Mr. Macaroni's last comment. And how can celebrities create a crowdfunding structure for a lot of credible young people that are contesting as well? You can add that to your closing remark. Very brief. Mr. Macaroni.
So, like I said earlier, yes, we all should get involved. Everyone should get their PVC. Personally, I am making that call. I've been doing that. I've started a series doing that with my content, creating content. They are not for jokes. They are for serious enlightenment, letting people know that the power is in their hands. But I will not personally hold anyone accountable by my own standards. I will not do that. Because if the person doesn't want to do it from his or her own art, it's just like you're forcing the person to do it. That's when the person will go and start going doing what you did not send him or her. We'll be doing it because we know we all are trying to make Nigeria better. Thank you.
Okay. I want to thank all my guests, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Macaroni, and of course, Honorable Adisa and Mrs. Afolabi Brown, Morayo. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. And you, the audience, thank you for coming. One of the powerful things that changed my life was when I made up my mind that enough of playing the victim. I needed to be the actor. In a football field of 40,000 spectators, Only the players are paid. Stop complaining that Nigeria is not moving forward. It's because you are not one of the players. And one of the first steps to become a player in changing this nation for good is to have your PVC. So go register today and get one for yourself. Encourage your friends to get one for themselves. And over time, join a political party, and we can take it up from there. 2023 election must not be like before. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Our youth are 70% of our population. We can change this nation. Well, over 210 million people, enough for 15 million deciding who is the president, and less than 10 million deciding the governor, and so on and so forth. This election, 2023, more than 50 million people will come out and will vote, and vote the right candidate. Love you all, and thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Big Talk with DSA, building a new Nigeria.